The leak that's been spewing oil into the Gulf of Mexico for 3 months may be permanently stopped this week. Let's hope. BP says it's beginning the so-called static kill procedure as early as tomorrow. That involves forcing mud and cement into the well and will be followed by a, quote, bottom kill through a relief well that should be finished in about a week. But with millions of gallons still out there and the economy of the Gulf Coast devastated, what is the final lesson to be learned from this summer of oil? For that, we turn to Robert Reich, the former Labor Secretary under President Clinton and a professor of public policy at the University of California, Berkeley. Secretary Reich, thank you for joining us.
Well, good afternoon, Jack.
All right. Now, the president says he's going to appoint a national commission to study this and see if we need other regulations. Is that good enough?
Well, undoubtedly, we need more regulations, and a national commission is always good to study these things. But corporations, and one thing we've learned after BP is that corporations are not people. They don't have consciences. They don't actually worry about social responsibility unless they have to worry about their bottom line as it affects social responsibility. But consumers of BP kept on slurping up BP's oil. The only way you get corporations, whether they're called BP or anybody else, to actually change their behavior is to change the law. And unfortunately, there's been very little legal change, if any, as a result of the BP disaster.
Secretary Reich, you know, I get amused every time that President Obama comes and says, oh, I'm really angry at the bankers. Oh, I'm really angry at BP. What does being angry at a corporation mean? I mean, they're making money. That's their job. It's your job to make sure that they don't rob us.
Exactly.
Right?
To have these perp walks of CEOs, whether they come from Goldman Sachs or Massey Energy or the insurance companies or BP, up and to blame them or to condemn them in any other way, really is beside the point. Again, corporations are existing only for one purpose, and that is to make money. Like it or not, that's what their legal purpose is. That's what they do. If they don't make money, they're out of business. If a CEO doesn't make money, that CEO is out of business. So laws and regulations are the only things we have standing between corporate greed and us as citizens. And that's why laws have got to be changed if we want, whether it is Goldman Sachs or Massey Energy or the big health insurers or big pharma or BP to change their ways.
But Secretary Reich, here's the real question, because I get that. And my favorite analogy is that they're refs in a game, the government is. And if you don't have refs, Ray Lewis is going to take Peyton Manning's head off. That's what he's trained to do. So you need the refs. But the question is, does the Obama administration not understand that concept? Or are they like, oh, wow, they're not going to just normally do the right thing? Or is it, in paraphrasing Dick Durbin about the banks, is it that the oil industry owns the place? Because, for example, last year alone, just that industry spent $168 billion, no, $1 million, billion would be amazing, $1 million lobbying Congress.
Well, Jack, $168 million is amazing enough. And again, it's not just the oil industry. Going back to Wall Street, it is Wall Street. $300 million was spent by Wall Street just over the last 8 months, while Wall Street and the administration and Congress fought it out over Wall Street reform. The healthcare industry and the big insurance and big pharma paid a fortune to lobbyists. Many of the people who are lobbying on behalf of industry are former members of Congress. So the circle comes all the way around. And that, I think, is the essence of the problem. We ought to...
Can I just jump in there for a second? Because I hear you're 100% right. The system's broken. Congress is broken. Congress is bought. How about the White House? Is the White House bought?
You know, I know many of the people in this White House, and I had worked with President Obama before he became president. I don't see any evidence that the White House is bought. But there is a very subtle thing that happens in every administration, and I know because I was there. Some members of the administration believe that they will then leave the administration and somehow either lobby or go work for the industries, whether it's Wall Street or the oil industry, whoever, that they have been working against or trying to protect the public from. And so every administration, no matter how strong or good or basically an administration that has all of the kinds of values we want, no matter what the administration is, there is going to be that quality of revolving door that is there. And certainly in Congress, staff members, members of Congress, both sides of the aisle do also engage in that same revolving door.
Yeah, a perfect example of that is Bob Rubin. He worked in the Clinton administration as did you. He makes a couple $100,000, leaves, go to the Citigroup after they deregulated Citigroup. He makes over $100 million. That's got to weigh on somebody's mind as they're making a decision inside the White House.
Well, Cenk, even if it doesn't weigh on their mind in terms of influencing directly in a very kind of almost corrupt way what they're doing, there is a cultural aspect. If people are working in government who both come from or expect to go back to a culture of big business and Wall Street or big oil companies, then obviously they are going to be attuned to certain kinds of values and not attuned to other kinds of values. My whole point here is that the BP lesson ought to have taught us one big thing, and that is we've got to get money out of politics, especially corporate money, and especially special interest money representing moneyed interests in the society. And we've learned it from Massey, we've learned it from Goldman Sachs and Wall Street, we've learned it, and I hope we have learned it also from big pharma and also big insurance. This is the underlying message of the last year.
All right. Thank you, Robert Reich. We really appreciate your participation here.
Thanks, Cenk.